Alright, so I'm back, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Masterpiece Knockoff Streak. Prowl was trying to sneak into the footage there. I guess he is a prick. So it comes in the Masterpiece style box. Everything on it is apparently just like the original. I never got the original, so I'm not entirely sure how close it is. The pictures do look a little faded here. But yeah, like I said, I'm not too familiar. I never got the original Streak, so I can't tell you if the box is significantly different or not. But here is the figure. I got this from TF Direct. If you want to see a full comparison of Streak, I recommend checking out the Rocket Punch Armies channel. He does a full, highly detailed comparison between the figures. He goes over every little tiny thing. And it's really nice so that you can know if you are getting real or fake. Now this guy I bought off TF Direct as the knockoff. And yeah, it's really cool. I really dig this figure. I've got a few paint blemishes on mine. They're not really visible until you get to car mode. So I'll show those off later. In the meantime, we're just kind of looking at the figure itself. But there it is. We've already looked at the Prowl and the Smokescreen, so we've already done this. He does come with his gun, which is a nice gun. It's just a straight reuse of the Prowl and I believe the Smokescreen. I'll grab Smokescreen when we're done, when we're ready for comparisons. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. Set that off to the side. He's got the shoulder cannons. These are kind of weak, just dinky. I never liked using Prowls, but then again, Prowl never had them. I never like Prowl with the shoulder cannons. I think he looks better without. But my KO Smokescreen came with these shoulder launchers, which is funny because they actually are not. They can't be used with Smokescreen, but they can be used with Silver Streak here. So that looks awesome. That's how I'm going to have them displayed too. I wish these were silver instead of gold, but you know what? It's just enough gold that just highlights them. But yeah, I think he looks pretty cool with them. So fun little extra accessory that I had laying around. All my cars will look different because he'll have these. Smokescreen will have the ones that come stock, and Prowl will have his put away. And they all have different head sculpts too, which again I'll show off once we get there. And then you can open up the backpack, and you can rotate these cannons down, and fold that back up in case you don't want to have the shoulder cannon look. Posability wise, his head does swivel side to side. It does have a hinge in there, so it can go up that far and down that far. So no real down movement, but he does look up pretty good. Shoulders, they've got a ball joint inside, so that piece can kind of rotate around. It gives them full roundabout rotation. The door wings kind of get in the way, but that's, I mean, there's no way around that. There's a swivel right inside here. He's got a rotator right above the elbow. Double bend elbow. Mostly for transformation, but it does still serve a purpose here. Hands do rotate around. They open and close. Waist, full waist rotation there. Hips are on double pins, so up and down, in and out. Swivels at the thigh. Double bend elbow, double bend knee, and then the foot is on a It's got a hinge in there and a little bit of a rocker as well. So yeah, that's it for posability and accessories. So let's go ahead and just show them off, transform it into car mode. So you want to start by pulling this backpack off, and then you'll pull this piece out. Pull the hood up like so, and we just kind of rotate the arms down, get those out of the way, and then you can pull this assembly up. Oh, these things are getting stuck. So pull this assembly up like so. Come in here and you want to pull these side mirrors out, and they just kind of slot into place up here. And then you can push the head down like so. And this piece here will flip down a little bit, and then that will open up the chest enough to flip this piece down and sneak his head all the way in there. Now what you want to do is you collapse the arms like so and fold them up. Do the same thing over here. And there's a tab right here. They'll plug into this little slot right there. And then there are two tabs up here. They'll plug in to these two little slots right there. So you just fold that up and plug it in, just like so. Pretty simple stuff. I mean, he's complex, but he's not like, oh my god, I hate this figure. He's just right, I think. Rotate the waist around. Then you want to pull this piece down, and you want to double bend that knee so that this piece goes up like so. And then this piece will then double hinge down. I want to keep this piece down. This double hinges down. This whole thing just kind of slots up. It's kind of hard to show off how it all works out, but it accordions back down on itself, and then there's a tab right here, you can see, and there's obviously a little hole on the other side, and you just kind of line those up and plug those in. Then this piece will slide in, and you fold the foot down, just like so. Real simple, real easy. Now here's where you want to decide if you want the can to be smooth or to have the little holster thing out. I'm going to leave the holster thing out for the purpose of this review. Although personally I prefer it down. But I also don't like having to take the whole car apart to alter that. So you fold this little window out. Pull the knee in. Accordion this down. And just plug everything in like so. This piece will slide up. Fold the foot down. And the back of this heel's got the little exhaust, which is pretty cool. And then these will just plug together like so. Then you take the hood, or this section of the hood and the top part of the car, and you pull this down, and this will just plug in like so. And now before you close up the doors, this is where you can adjust the mirror, the windows here. It's a little tight fit in there. Try and get that window around that cannon. So let's take it apart here. There we go. There we go. And it's just hard to get it just right without it looking a little goofy. And this is just kind of the mold. This isn't this particular figure in general. I have an issue with prowls too. And then you just kind of close the doors in, and there's a tab right here. They'll slot inside right there. So you just kind of plug that in and just pull it back just a little bit to get it to fit. And there you go. He is in car mode. Now, he rolls very well, even with this being an incredibly smooth surface. Now you roll down and reach. And yeah, this is a really good figure. Now he does have a few paint blemishes. I'll try and get the light on there a little bit. But he's got some pitting, and this is not coming off very well. Oh, there we go, right there. He's got some pitting on this paint here. It's nothing major. It's just little, kind of like they put the smooth paint on, but there's like little bits that just didn't quite, maybe like air bubbles that popped later on. But that's it. And then he's got a couple on the hood here. He's got one scratch there. But really, other than that, I don't have any paint issues on this figure at all. And I've kind of looked all over him. I mean, the Autobot logo's nice. The Nissan logo, I mean, it just looks like a little painted blurb, but I don't think there's any way to get that perfect. I mean, yeah, even my Masterpiece Proud didn't quite paint all inside the lines. But yeah, it's really nice. I really like it. It's a really good representation of a reproduction of the mold. And then just to show off his little thing while we left that out is you can fold the handle up, and then this just plugs into the back, and now you can drive around with this gun. And I don't think these slot in anywhere. Oh, they do. There's a little slot right back here. Ha! That's awesome. I never knew that. I guess I kind of get bored of reviewers sometimes when I'm watching them. I just skip ahead. So, okay, now he's got the shoulder cannons on the backs of the car and the rifle on the roof. That's pretty cool. I dig that. So, transforming back, you just take the gun out, put that down, pull these sections down, and then you pull these doors out, and you split the legs, rotate this piece down. That will free up the assembly. Now, this plugs in pretty tightly, so I always have to get my thumb in there to wiggle it out. So you do that, unhinge the legs, pull that back up, this goes back down, that goes down, and again, we shall show this off one more time. So this folds out, freeing up the leg to double hinge out. So just up like so. This will fold down, this leg will fold out, and this will fold up like so, and you fold out the heel. Just like so. Then you want to pull the top up and back, just kind of get that out of the way, and then this piece can actually fold in like so. And it just kind of goes back here out of the way. Now I do have some paint blemishes here, as you can see, where they just didn't paint the entire thing, but you know, this is hidden most of the time, so it's not an issue that I'm ever going to complain about, really. These will fold down, arms will fold out, just kind of get those out of the way, fold that back, and then we can flip the head up and around, and then you just give this a good push. It locks it into place. Fold the mirrors down and they just double hinge in. Like so. Do the same thing over here. And they just slide into these little grooves that are underneath. Like so. And I'm just going to pause the camera for half a second. And now we just rotate the arms up. And then there's a little slot right there that this section right here will plug into. So you line those up. It's a little hard to do. Give it a good push. Like so. Rotate the waist around. Sort out the arms. So, come back here, we're going to fold these up and around, and then this will come up and plug into place there. Click those door wings up a little bit, then we'll plug this bad boy in, then we'll give him his gun. Am I really going to have difficulties? Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, am I really going to have difficulties with the gun? Alright. Now we have Masterpiece Streak back in robot mode. And we're going to do a couple size comparisons here. Obviously, I don't have to do a Masterpiece car, but here it is with the Classic Seeker Mold. So if you're going with a Classic Seeker Mold collection, this does not work even remotely. But then again, he didn't really work with the Classics car mold. Here he is next to Starscream. So Starscream is a full head taller, so that is definitely a good scale there. Here he is with the Sandstorm, and Sandstorm is about the same size, maybe half a head taller, a little bit more back heavy though. Can't wait till the hot rod version of this mold comes out. I'm really excited. And here he is with the this is the legit Masterpiece Prowl. And let me grab a couple other cars. Here he is with the KO Masterpiece Smokescreen. And here he is with the Universe 2.0 Streak, Silver Streak. So yeah, he's about a head taller than the Universe one, but just better designed in every possible way. I mean, this is kind of junk. Now, as far as this figure goes, this is easily the best knockoff figure I've ever seen in my entire life. This thing is, I mean, aside from that little pitting on the roof that I showed off, or tried to show off, it's hard because of the glossy plastic. Aside from that, there isn't anything wrong with this figure. This is one of those ones where if they knocked it off so well and somebody sells you as a legit Masterpiece figure, And you never know. Is it really... I mean, would that really bug you? If you never know that one is a knockoff. That'll be the question of the day. If it's so good that it easily rivals the legit figures, and you never knew, would you still be upset? I mean, obviously, if you found out later on that, oh yeah, by the way, I sold you a knockoff, yeah, that would be irritating, especially if you spilled Masterpiece prices. But anyway, yeah, the joints are tight. Yeah, the legs have a little bit of a wiggle in there, but so does Prowl here. Not as much, but yeah, this thing is just awesome. It is just so cool. It is just awesome. I have no idea if you'll get these things with him or not, because I didn't. I got mine with him, which, like I said, is funny because he can't use those. But yeah, honestly, this is just an incredible figure. Great job, whoever's knocking these things off. Just hands down, great job. This thing is just gorgeous. And just, I'm very happy to have it. I mean, I've got the Masterpiece Sideswipe that we'll review soon, and he's got problems. He's a knockoff too, but he's got problems, and I'll show those off. And it's clear he's a knockoff. It's not clear he's a knockoff. Had I not purchased him for $35, I would sit here and I would probably swear all day that this guy is the legit version. He's very good. Paint is done very well. Plastic quality is Masterpiece quality. Paint quality is Masterpiece paint quality. Everything about this is a Masterpiece figure. And I cannot sit here and honestly tell you that there's anything that is worse on him than on a real legit one of the cars. So anyway, enough of my rambling, I guess. All in all, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him a 10 out of 10. It's great. And I would actually highly recommend picking it up. If you don't have the legit Masterpiece figure and you don't have the $70 something to spend, pick him up. Get this guy. I don't see anything on him that's glaringly obviously as a knockoff. I mean, even him, he's a pretty good one too, but like you can see the Autobot logo's messed up. Let's see. Focus. You can see how that Autobot logo is a little messed up there. But his is just spot on. And the paint's so glossy you can see my fingerprints on it. And like I said, that Nissan logo is pretty good too. I am just so impressed with this figure. It's so good. I'm very, very happy I got this version, and not the Masterpiece version, and spent twice as much for the same thing. I know that makes me kind of a bad person, but I know the guns aren't the same. His is a little different. But yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, I'm going to be. I've only been buying the knockoffs mostly just to catch up. Because $80 a piece, this would be a lot of money for a character I don't care for, and a character that's like, he's always different Prowl. As a kid, it was just like, oh, that's Prowl Light. But just now having it though, and and now officially being caught up with all the real G1 Masterpiece cars, I can now just I'm going to be buying the real ones from now on. But yeah, if you guys don't have this thing, this version of the mold, and you don't want to spend that kind of money to buy it, pick it up. They also have that exclusive recolor where he's actually silver instead of the gunmetal grayish silver. Yeah, if you guys, that's one thing that they do have that I would continue to buy probably is the exclusive repaints, because like I would never spend $170 or whatever on tracks or Tiger tracks, or the same retail price for the G2 Red Alert. It's like I don't care enough about those characters to justify a full purchase or exclusive purchases. I'll probably give them a shot in the knockoffs, but the official ones, like the Bumblebee that's coming out, that's going to be an official purchase. So yeah, here are the Carr Brothers all together. I know they're not actually the Carr Brothers. We're not talking RID here, which I would love to see. Yeah, I mean, this is one thing that I think the knockoffs have a little bit more leniency in. Pick one of the Carr Brothers from RID and repaint it with one of these molds. I think that would be awesome. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that would be great. But yeah, these things are this guy is really good. I can't see any reason why not to get it. Unless you're... Only reason why I would say don't get it is if you're one of those people that are like, okay, I only want to get the Masterpiece ones because I don't want to take money away from the Masterpiece figures. So, if that's the case, then, by all means, buy the real one. But I'm going to be happy with saving, 50% and getting the fake one. So, anyway, yeah, and that being said, I do want to tell everyone that I am officially going to be replacing all my classic figures with Masterpiece figures as I can. So I'm going to have Masterpiece Optimus Prime either later this week or early next week. I did get the MP10 reissue, so we'll be looking at him. And just every time, like, I'm not going to just get rid of my Classics collection. It's just every time a Classics version of a mold comes out, for example him, I'm going to replace the Classics mold with the Masterpiece one and just slowly move into a Masterpiece collection. So I will also be getting the Soundwave soon, and getting some of those third-party Masterpiece cars and stuff that are out, like Wheelie. I know there's Huffer and all that stuff. So yeah, there we go. Knockoff Masterpiece streak.